Doing a quick oil change on the 2015 Chevy Tahoe before we head out for a weekend camping. So I'm gonna run you through that real quickly. First thing we're gonna do is pop open the hood. And the latch is right underneath the steering wheel. And I'm just gonna remove the cap here so that it drains nicely. And as you can see right on it, we're looking for OW-20 synthetic oil for this car. All right, with this low shroud in the front of the car, I am going to go under the car on the passenger side behind the right front wheel. All right, once you're underneath the car, right behind that right front wheel, here is your 15 milliliter drain, and you'll see that your oil filter's conveniently right next to it. So we've got our oil pan right here. I'll pull that bolt out and we'll drain the oil. Pretty simple. While that oil is draining, I'm just getting ready with my oil and filter, and you can see I didn't go for anything special, but I change the oil pretty regularly. And in terms of the filter, I've got the MicroGuard MGL 10255. So we'll get that on once this oil drained. If you've got a crush washer on your oil pan plug, don't forget to change that out, or as I've decided to do, I'm just gonna put a seal in its place, which I can use over and over again. All right, once you put the new plug on, you want to go to about 18 foot-pounds. I'm just going to go give it a little muscle. All right, and now we're ready to pull off that oil filter. See if I can unscrew this guy. One hand. Nope. All right, it took a little effort, but I was able to get the old filter off. A lot of muscle, and I noticed that the seal wasn't oiled the last time this was done. I actually had it done at a shop last time. So make sure you oil that seal so that the next time you change your oil, it's a lot easier to get that oil filter off than it would be if you don't. Worst case scenario, you got to pull out some wrenches, and worst case scenario, you would have to use a chisel and a maul to get that thing off. So anyways, new filter's on. Now we're just gonna put in 8.5 quarts of oil. All right, my wife is in a little bit of a hurry because I decided to change the oil right before we leave to go camping. So I just went ahead and poured in the full 8.5 quarts of OW-20 full synthetic, and we'll check the oil now before we head out. All right, I put the full 8.5 quarts in, and as you can see, we are wet up past the top of the fill, which is right about here. Oops, I just knocked it. So I'm not too worried. We are in pretty good shape. You can see the two little knobs that you want to aim to be right between. But I put 8.5 quarts in because this was a full filter change. I wasn't just topping it off. So we are good to go. All right, that's it. I told you it was pretty simple. The oil change for the 2015 Tahoe is complete. If you do this yourself, I would just recommend next time you fill up with gas, you should check the oil and just make sure that your levels are good. Oh, and one last thing. All right, real quick, last thing we want to do, we want to go into info, scroll through until we see oil. And then press OK until it says 100%. Now you are all done. Have a good day, everybody.